Hey, everybody. First off, I just want to explain there was no show last week because I was up north in Michigan for my cousin's wedding. She waited for the right guy. She finally met the love of her life, and it was a fabulous celebration. And so that is why there was no show last week. I almost did not do a show today. And the reason being, and without getting into obviously all the particulars, everybody already knows what's going on. But with the news being what it is, there was part of me that thought that perhaps out of a sign of respect, maybe it would be better not to do a show. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized that is the exact opposite of the right thing to do. Because I am so blessed to be an American, to be here, to be able to make a career out of what is my passion, to have this platform, to have a voice, and again, to discuss what I love as a profession. So, out of respect for the people right now who are suffering, I can't take that for granted. So, that is why I'm still doing a show today. I want everyone who is affected by this, civilian and soldier alike, our veterans, please know my prayers are with you. We love you. And now, with that said, I am Ren Hakeem Carothers, and this is your Future Stars forecast for this 2-year-old Tuesday. Okay, so much to talk about. Let's start off actually not talking about 2-year-olds, but talking about some of the win in your inaction that we saw just recently. I want to say big congratulations to recently inducted Hall of Fame member Mark Cassie. What a tremendous performance we saw from Get Stormy, repeating in the 4-star day, beating the boys. She won the race back in 2019, and she's just been a game racehorse for a long time now. So again, big congratulations to the whole team, Mark Cassie. I got to give a shout out to my guy, David Carroll and his family, Tyler Gaffleone, who was aboard, and of course, the ownership group of My Racehorse and Spendthrift Farm. Exciting, exciting horse. She has her ticket punched to the FanDuel Mile. Also getting into the FanDuel Mile, Palace Pier over there at France Gallup. He won the Prix du Haras de Fresnay de Bouffard Jacques Le Marois. That's a mouthful. But yes, big congratulations to, again, Palace Pier and Got Stormy. They both get in to the Fan Duel Mile. Now, before we get to the 2-year-old still, let's talk about some yearlings, because we did have the Fasig-Tipton Select Yearling Sale go on up there at Saratoga. It's such a tremendous experience. If you ever have the opportunity to go to one of these sales, I highly recommend it. It's electrifying, and you really do get to see the horses who will hopefully be making headlines in the future. And somebody says, why are you holding the microphone part? Because if I hold it too low, you can't hear me as well. So that's why I'm holding it here. Okay, so now talking about the horses who went through this sale, I'm only going to talk briefly about the top 3 yearlings who went through. And let's kick it off by talking about the sales topper himself, a son of Into Mischief out of Grade 1 test winner Powell Queen. And this horse sold for $2.6 million to Coolmore. So let's take a look at what he looks like here. Just want to make sure I'm pulling up the correct video. And here he is. Check this boy out. I'll make him full screen. I'll take myself out so you can just get a better look at him. And again, this is a son of Into Mischief. He was born March 21st of 2020. He's out of Paola Queen by Flatter. She won the Grade 1 test. She was also second in the Gulfstream Park Oaks. This is her second foal. Her first foal is a 2-year-old of this year. In the second dam, also stakes winner, Kadira. Kadira won the Bassinet Stakes, the Gowell Stakes, the Dixie Belle Stakes. She was third in the Grade 3 Honeybee, as well as in the Kentucky Cup Juvenile Fillies. And it's just a really nice pedigree. You can see this is a beautiful, beautiful specimen. Family also includes Pleasantly Free, Dixie Pearl, Cornish Snow, and Grade 1 winner, Point Ashley. So that is your sales topper. Again, $2.6 million to Coolmore. And I guess I'll just wait as we see that price go up to the actual 2.6 with the hammer drop. Again, if you ever have the opportunity to go to Phasic Tipton or Keeneland or OBS, any of the sales, I'm telling you, it's just, I'll use the word again, electrifying. It's just fun. Also, you see all the faces, all the big stars in racing while you're there, and it really gives you an inside look at these horses before they start their actual careers. So again, Bay Colt by Into Mischief out of Grade 1 test winner, Paola Queen, $2.6 million. He was consigned by Gainesway and went to Coolmore. So, again, that was your sales topper. In second, at $1.6 million, which would sound like a lot of money, right? This is $1 million less. Bay Colt by Uncle Mo, consigned by Stone Farm. This one out of the mare Dame Dorothy by Bernardini. We just recently lost Bernardini, but we also do know what a tremendous broodmare sire he is turned out to be, being the broodmare sire of horses like Serengeti Empress and Catholic Boy and Maxfield. And so this boy by Uncle Mo, again, out of the Bernardini mare Dame Dorothy. You'll remember her. She's a Grade 1 winner, won the Humana Distaff. She also won the Grade 3 Turn Back the Alarm, the Grade 3 Bed of Roses, the Florida Sunshine Millions Distaff, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. This boy is a half brother to Spice is Nice, who won the Grade 3 Alaire DuPont Distaff and was second in the Devonna Dale. And you've got other really nice black type in here with the family, including the likes of Mrs. Lindsay, who is a Group 1 winner. You have Mr. Owen in there, multiple stakes winner. And you also have the likes of Black Hill, who won over $3 million, close to $4 million, Curran Black Hill, rather. So again, really nice pedigree there. An Uncle Mo Colt out of Dame Dorothy, 1.6 million to Robert and Lawana Lowe, rather. And again, consigned by Stone Farm. So really, really nice prospect there. And then rounding out the top three is for $1.4 million. Got another Colt here by Bolt d'Oro. You'll remember Bolt d'Oro. He won over $1 million, won the Front Runner Stakes, the Del Mar Futurity. His first foals are yearlings of 2021. So this is a first crop representative. And what a representative indeed, because this Colt that went through again for $1.4 million, half brother to Rachel Alexandra the Great. Yes. So this is a horse you will definitely want to keep your eye on. Obviously, being a half brother to Rachel Alexandra, that means he's out of the mare Lotta Kim. Lotta Kim, in addition to producing Rachel Alexandra produced Dolphus as well as Witterson, both stakes placed runners. And yeah, I mean, need more be said right there. This is a half brother again to Rachel Alexandra, $1.4 million to OXO Equine. He was consigned by Hill and Dale Sales Agency. So again, those were your top three horses who went through the ring at the Keeneland Select Yearling Sale. You'll want to keep your eye out for them. Now, let's turn our attention to the actual 2-year-olds, because this is the Future Stars forecast on which we do give our focus to the 2-year-olds, where we will hopefully see come Future Stars Friday at the Breeders' Cup. We've had some stakes races run, including the Run Happy Ellis Park Debutante Stakes. That was won by Very Little Sense. And the cool thing was, it was actually a Golden Sense exacta with his daughters in this race. Golden Sense, 2-time Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile winner. Let's go ahead and check what I do have. I don't have the entire race, but I at least have the stretch here to show you of Very Little Sense here in the Run Happy Ellis Park Debutante. See, I'll share my screen, I'll share the audio, and let me find and make sure I have the right replay for you. Very Little Sense, here she is.
Very little sense. Back trying to tighten the hole on Golden Sights. Down the center, Minnesota Sunset way out wide. Chopin Drive is in a nice melodic rhythm as there are many chances in the final furlong now. It is very little sense. She's drifting and wondering about. Golden Sights is trying to get to her. Minnesota Sunset's way out wide, but very little sense coast to coast. Very little sense in. The debutante goes wire to wire. She won by better than 2 and stopped the timer 1:23 and 1.
Hey, very little sense and Golden Sights hook up together, and that's a Golden Sense exacta. Your winner is another winner by Golden Sense, who stands for $15,000 with our friends at Spendthrift. That's 4-2 unofficial order there. And the Run Happy Ellis Park debutante with very little sense, your winner.
Very little sense.
I was actually going to stop it right after she crossed the wire. Then I heard the smooth tones of Ken Rudolph talking about the Golden Sense Exact, and I thought, why not let it roll? But yes, it was a Golden Sense Exacta indeed. She is now 2 for 3. Very little sense, owned by Randy Patterson, trained by Randy Morse, and ridden by Joe Talamo. So we'll keep our eye out on her. That final time was 1:23 and 32/100ths. And yeah, let's see here. Just a few pedigree notes for her beyond the sire. The filly, she's out of a mare named Pinch Me by Arch. And that makes her a half-sister to stakes placed Bold Thirst. And then the mom herself, half-sister to Grade 3 Bold Ruler winner, No Dozing. Family also includes other grade stakes winners like Solvig and Lady Carlock. So again, that is very little sense. Your winner of the Run Happy Ellis Park debutante. Now, as far as the Run Happy Ellis Park juvenile, well, that was won by Roger McQueen, representing the first crop of a Unified. So let's go ahead and take a look at him.
Desert Ruler has a foothold at the fence. Roger McQueen to his outside in second. There goes Lucky Boss with a 3-wide bid to make it 3 across the course. In behind them, Costa Terra. He's guided to the 3-path top of the home stretch, and Lucky Boss comes calling for the lead. Here's Lucky Boss to the outside of Roger McQueen, who's still digging down and fighting with a furlong to go. It's Roger McQueen to the inside. Lucky Boss to the outside. Costa Terra is third. A wide open event here in the juvenile. To the outside, Costa Terra in the middle. Roger McQueen. It wins it. Roger McQueen, the son of Unified, wins the Run Happy Ellis Park Juvenile in a photo finish. Costa Terra flew up to be in that photo for second there with Lucky Boss. The running time in the Juvenile, 1:23.
That's what I was talking about. You spend $530,000 on the offspring of Unified, who was a really nice runner. They had to have some plans, Matt, and this was probably part of their plan all along. Roger McQueen gets it done, going 7 furlongs, and scores at 9-2.
Okay, well, there was Ken again. I figured I'd let it roll. And when he said Matt's name, my husband, I thought, well, maybe we'll get some input from him. But no. So you'll get my input instead. So there you go. You already heard the sales price, and I'll get to that in a minute. I will also say the final time in that race was 1:23 and 67/100ths. So just a little bit slower than what the girls win. Again, it's a 7 furlong race for both. But yeah, as far as that sales price goes, well, he turned some heads at the OBS 2-year-old sale. He worked in 20 and 2. So yes, he sold for $530,000. Again, first crop representative of Unified. You'll remember Unified as having won the Peter Pan, the Bayshore, the Gulfstream Park Sprint. He was second in the Grade 1 Carter. Unified himself, a son of Candy Ride, like Gun Runner, and I'm going to talk about Gun Runner in just a bit. But as far as the dam goes here for Roger McQueen, well, that is stakes winner Promise Me a Cat. She won the Sweet Patootie. And you've got some other stakes winners in the pedigree as well, including Tempered Halo, MA's Date, Salem Ho, My Poker Player, Ready for Rubies, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Nice Colton, again, a first crop representative of Unified. Now, and by the way, and let's see here. I do want to now talk about the Saratoga Special. And I see somebody here is already mentioning the winner of that race. I went with High Oak on Saturday. He is developing well and was rewarded very well. Raymond, yes. And, you know, that pedigree is really exciting as well. Okay, so the Saratoga Special presented by Miller Lite, grade 2 event there at Saratoga, $200,000 purse, 6.5 furlongs for 2-year-olds. Your winner again, High Oak. High Oak, a first crop representative of Gormley. And I was a huge fan of Gormley when he was running. He was precocious. He'd won the front runner stakes, grade 1. He then went on to win the Santa Anita Derby at 3 years old, grade 1. Gormley over there at Spendthrift, this colt is out of Champagne Sioux by Elusive Quality. And Champagne Sioux, well, not technically a half sister. She is bred on the same cross because Champagne Sioux by Elusive Quality by Gone West by Mr. Prospector. Well, then Champagne Sioux, her half, again, technically would be a half sister, but it's a little bit more because her sister Silk and Sapphire by Smart Strike, who's a son of Mr. Prospector. So not quite 3/4, but a little more than half. There's not really a term for that. But the reason why that matters is Silk and Sapphire, she produced Shared Accounts, who won the Filly and Mare turf back in the day. And then she went on to produce another Breeders' Cup winner in Sheer Ring, who won the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies turf. So right there, I mean, that's tremendous as it is. But you have a ton of other stakes winners in this pedigree, including Sapphire in Silk, not to be confused with the dam of Shared Account, who is Silk and Sapphire. That horse, graded stakes winner, won the Prioris, the La Troyenne. You got Shaniko in there, who she produced. You got Silky Smooth. Just a ton of really nice stakes winners in the pedigree. But probably the most historical standpoint is that this colt, and I'm talking about High Oak, his 5th dam is the 2nd dam of Ruffian. So if you're a Ruffian fan, that's pretty exciting, right? Because when we think of Ruffian, we think of her as being one of the greatest horses of all time, right? A Hall of Famer. Sadly, her career cut short tragically, but yeah, so that's pretty exciting with High Oak, again, being from the direct family responsible for Ruffian. So let's go ahead now, without any further ado, and take a look at High Oak winning the grade 2 Saratoga Special there at Saratoga on August 14th.
The gate. And off. Going out for the lead is Dr. Jeff. Dr. Jeff, dance code is there. Gunite is down at the rail. Ottoman Empire is in 4th. And then comes High Oak, who is next running in 5th. Nakatomi is down at the rail in 6th position, followed by Stolen Base in 7th, then 2 lengths to a Glacial, who is racing in 8th. On the outside is Red Run in 9th, and trailing the field is Double Thunder in 10th, Gunite and Dr. Jeff, and they are heads apart for the lead through a quarter, 21 and 4/5 seconds, and the 2-year-olds go around the far turn. High Oak sits just off the front 2 in 3rd. And then it's Nakatomi, who's down at the rail, and Dance Code is alongside, followed by Stolen Base in 6th as the field comes for the quarter pole, 3 of them across. It is Gunite. It is Dr. Jeff, and on the outside, High Oak, then Nakatomi in 4th, a half, 44 and 4/5 seconds as they pass the 3/16 pole. And here is High Oak now to take over the lead inside the 8th pole. High Oak, then Gunite, followed by Dr. Jeff and Nakatomi. It is High Oak on the way to victory in the Saratoga Special, presented by Miller Lite. High Oak won by 4, Gunite was 2nd, and Nakatomi finished 3rd.
I love the way he finished. He finished just so full of energy. Beautiful horse, won by 4 1/4 lengths. This is for LRE Racing, LLC, JEH Racing Stable, LLC, trainer Bill Mott, and Junior Alvarado was aboard. Interesting note, in 2nd, Gunite, son of Gunrunner. Can I just tell you, Gunrunner is just, his babies are firing, not to, make a pun, but dear goodness. So you had Gunite run 2nd there, right? Okay. Now on the 8th, you had Wicked Halo win the grade 2 Adirondack Stakes. She, a daughter of Gunrunner, yes. And, the other thing that's really interesting about her winning the Adirondack is that her dam, Just Wicked by Tappet, she had won the Adirondack back in 2015. So I thought it was kind of fun to see her daughter go ahead and win that same race. So let's go ahead and take a look at Wicked Halo, trained by Steve Asmussen, who had Gun Night just run second there in the Saratoga Special, winning the Grade 2 Adirondack.
And up. Microbiome breaks well from the extreme outside and is right out for the lead. Wicked Halo is now moving up and into second. And she's a Wild Joker in third. On the outside is Mainstay in fourth as JL's Rocket moves up from the rail in fifth. On the ones and twos is in sixth. In between horses is Boss Lady Kim, who's running in seventh. Alongside is Interstate Daydream in eighth. And trailing the field is Saucy Lady T in ninth. The quarter 21 and 2/5 seconds. And the gray Wicked Halo has now taken the lead from Microbiome. The two of them are heads apart. Microbiome counters on the outside and draws right alongside of Wicked Halo. The two of them are together with Mainstay sitting just off them in third. JL's Rockhead is down at the rail in fourth. She's a Wild Joker is dropping back, about to be passed on the outside by On the Ones and Twos. The half in 44 and 4. They're at the top of the stretch. It is Wicked Halo and Microbiome. They are still together as they come down for the eighth pole. Microbiome on the outside of Wicked Halo. Mainstay is next in third. Interstate Daydream down at the rail gains in fourth with a 16th to the finish. Wicked Halo now gets away from them. It is Wicked Halo drawing away to win the 105th running of the Adirondack. Interstate Daydream came on to get second, and Saucy Lady T came from way out of it to get third.
So there she is, Wicked Halo, daughter of Gun Runner, and out of Just Wicked, who won the 2015 edition of the Adirondack Stakes. And here's a fun fact. Most people who breed horses know this, but just in case we have some people out there who don't. If you have a gray horse, you can only be gray if one of your parents is gray. So we know Gun Runner's not gray. So even if you didn't know who Just Wicked was, you would know that Just Wicked was gray because Wicked Halo is gray. So I think that's a fun little breeding factoid for you there. But Wicked Halo, she ended up getting a 72 buyer for that. I do want to mention, because I think I forgot to earlier when discussing High Oak, his buyer came back a 90. So be sure to keep your eye out on both these. There's always room for improvement. This filly, her margin of victory, 3.5 lengths, and she was coming off a third place finish in the Churchill Downs debutante. She had won her debut. So very nice filly. Owned by Winchell Thoroughbreds, again, trained by Steve Asmussen, ridden by Jose Ortiz. That is Wicked Halo, making her mama proud, winning the Grade 2 Adirondack Stakes. Okay, now let's talk about the Sorrento. And the Sorrento Grade 2 race for fillies there at Del Mar, 6 furlongs. Your winner was Elm Drive. And we'll just go ahead and take a look at that replay right now. But, real quick, Lucy, she wants to say great race regarding Wicked Halo, and I agree. So let's go ahead now. We're going to take a look at the Grade 2 Sorrento. And again, this is Elm Drive, and I'll talk about her pedigree when we get back.
They're all set. And away they go. Smash Ticket had a little trouble after the start, and Smash Ticket has a tall order as last early. Quick into stride, here's Eda in the blue down at the rail. First Promises showing good speed. Elm Drive on the far side. She's So Shiny kicking through at the rail. Rosa's for Suzette on the far side. Love Her Heart between them. Smash Ticket second last, 6 off the leaders. Sachs is at the back. They run into the far turn, and First Promises clear a length and a half to Elm Drive. Eda right there third at the rail. She's So Shiny is next. Rosa's for Suzette is on the far side. Smash Ticket still behind horses, has 7 to make up, and then comes Sachs. They are coming to the quarter pole, and Elm Drive kicks on. Here's Ida, and Ida is coming with a big run now. Ida on the outside of Elm Drive. These two kick on. Smash Ticket is all hard, trying to run on from third, but still got a tall Ida. They come for home, and Elm Drive on the inside. Ida up alongside. They nose and nose through the right lane. Ida on the outside. Elm Drive the advantage. They run to the wire. Elm Drive won it. Elm Drive just held on. Ida right there second. Then came Smash Ticket and Sachs. She's so shiny. Roses for Suzette behind that. Love Her Heart and First Promise.
So, Lucy here is saying, I'm enjoying these races. And I have to agree with you because, I enjoy watching race replays from stakes races, especially anyway. But when you have these 2-year-old races, I think it's even more interesting because we get to see the progression. These are really, obviously young horses, and they grow by leaps and bounds, not just physically, but mentally start to start. So it's really nice to go watch these races and see how they progress, because with young horses, especially, the mental maturity is as much, if not more important than the physical maturity in getting to the winner's circle. So that, again, was Elm Drive winning the Grade 2 Sorrento Stakes, 6 furlongs there at Del Mar. This was for Little Red Feather Racing, hey guys, and Phil D'Amato, and in the irons, JJ Hernandez. Really nice run from this filly. She is a first crop representative of Mohaymen. Mohaymen was precocious. Mohaymen back in the day, that was like my Derby horse. I was so obnoxious about it too. I was like, I love Mohaymen. Obviously, it didn't go well for me in the Derby, but that being said, come on, the horse was a really nice runner. His wins include the Fountain of Youth, the Holy Bull, the Nashua, etc. This filly in particular, she's out of the mare, Let's Dance Charlie, a daughter of Indian Charlie. So Elm Drive herself is a half-sister to multiple stakes winner, Mother of Dragons. And I forgot to stop that. It's nice to hear Trevor's voice back though, right? Okay. So so that is Elm Drive again, the winner of the Grade 2 Sorrento. And if you're a buyer's person, that buyer came back in 85 with a final time of 110 and 64 100ths. Okay, now the best pal. And this is going to go back to talking about Gun Runner. I'm telling you, these horses are just incredible. And once I show this replay, I do want to get into talking not just about this horse's pedigree, because it's interesting, but the pedigree of Gun Runner himself, I think, lays out all the credentials that one needs to see to justify why you'd want to take a mare to him and to explain why he is producing as a sire. But let's go ahead and watch this first. This is the Grade 2 Best Pal Stakes. Your winner, Papa Cap. I want to say it right because I know what they meant by it. It was, they're trying to be cute with the name here. Son of Gun Runner again, and the mom here, Papa's Cat by Scat Daddy. She was a Grade 3 placed runner. She was second in the Cardinal Handicap. But let's go ahead and watch him here in the Grade 2 Sorrento there at Del Mar.
Aquitania Arrival coming forward. They're all set for the best pal. And away they go. Thirsty always popped the gate, but Bet on Mookie wants the lead. Bet on Mookie shooting through. Papa Cap in the green cap is right there in third. Then back to Aquatina Arrival. Phineas back second last. Our Empire is 9 off the leader. Past the half mile they go, and Bet on Mookie flies at the rail. Up alongside a Bet on Rookie is Thirsty always. Papa Cap travels smartly in third, only 2 off the leader. 3 lengths back to Aquatina Arrival chased after them. Then Phineas and Our Empire. They come into the 5/16ths, and Bet on Mookie's the leader. Thirsty always on the far side. Papa Cap now just looks for somewhere to run to come after them. It's a long way back to Aquatina Arrival. Coming to the quarter pole, and Thirsty always gets the lead, but Papa Cap immediately comes to tackle on the outside. Bet on Mookie tries to hang tough down at the rail. 3 of them line up in the best pal. It's Papa Cap on the outside. Bet on Mookie's down at the rail, but Papa Cap now has the advantage. And from here on in, it's just a matter of how far Papa Cap, an easy winner of the best pal under Joe Bravo. Second is Phineas. Third will go to bed on Mookie. Then Thirsty Always, Aquatina Arrival, and Our Empire.
So there you go, Papa Cap winning the Grade 2 Best Pal Stakes for, again, newly inducted Hall of Famer Mark Casse, who is already in the Canadian Hall of Fame. So now we have him stateside, which is funny because I was talking with Norm Casse when he was a guest on the show a couple of weeks ago, and we were joking about how because of all the success that Mark Casse has had in Canada, people, for whatever reason, think that he is Canadian, but he's not. We own him here. But in any case, really nice colt here, Papa Cap. The official margin of victory, 4 3/4 lengths under Jersey Joe Bravo out there riding at Del Mar. This is for Russellwood Farm Incorporated. Now, again, this horse representing Gun Runner. And as far as his own female family goes, I already mentioned that his dam, Papa's Cat, Grade 3 placed runner. She was second in the Cardinal Handicap. That female family also includes Alcázar, who was Horse of the Year in Peru. He was also a 2-time champion imported older horse, as well as imported stayer. So there's reason to believe this horse will go longer. And the other thing that's really exciting about the pedigree is just Gun Runner himself. Again, these horses are running, and it makes all the sense because, I mean, we already know how decorated Gun Runner himself was, right? I mean, he was your 2017 Horse of the Year. His wins include the Breeders' Cup Classic, the Pegasus World Cup. We've got the Whitney, the Woodward. The Whitney, by the way, I was there. That was when his, not his shoe, but a horse in the race, their shoe flew off and landed in his tail, and he still won the race. That could have been bad. He could have got hit in the leg with that, but thankfully, obviously, he got through the race just fine, safe and sound, and it actually led to, a great story because Steve Asmussen, he talked about how they actually kept the shoe, and I believe they shadow boxed it. It's his lucky horseshoe. So, but already there, like we said, Gun Runner, tremendous pedigree. And then don't forget, Gun Runner himself, a son of Candy Ride. And Candy Ride, undefeated, won the Pacific Classic, which is, fitting to talk about because we do have the Pacific Classic coming up this Saturday at Del Mar, a win and you're in to the Longines Classic. And then Gun Runner, he's at a Quiet Giant by Giants Causeway. Giants Causeway was the Cartier Horse of the Year in 2000. And then you'll remember he put in that super game runner-up performance to Tiz Now in the Breeders' Cup Classic. That was his first and only start on dirt. So we then know that Giants Causeway went on to be a tremendously prolific sire. But not only is that the dam sire, but Gun Runner's mom, Quiet Giant, half-sister to St. Liam, who was Horse of the Year in 2005, won the Breeders' Cup Classic. So you just have all this black type, and not just any black type, but Breeders' Cup black type that Gun Runner brings to the equation. So to me, I was already really excited to see what his progeny was going to do. He has not let me down. In fact, he's exceeded expectations, and I advise any and all of you who happen to follow 2-year-old racing, if you see a Gun Runner in the program, expect that horse to run. Expect that horse to run. That's all I can say. So again, that's Papa Cap. For those of you who are into the buyers, the buyer there came back a 70. He is now 242. Now, one of the things I'm really excited about with the Future Stars forecast is the fact that we get to preview horses you should keep your eyes on. And I feel like I've done a pretty good job lately because if you watched a few weeks back, we had Terry Finley from West Point on the show, and he gave us a lowdown on his young horses. And one of those horses we discussed was Dripping Gold. Well, guess what? Dripping Gold was a first out winner there at Saratoga. Another horse that we gave you a little insight on, let you see them before they actually were seen on track on race day, is this miss. And I'll just show you a quick little video here. You know what? Yeah, I do have it right here. I'll show you a quick little video, and then we'll talk about her in a minute. Let's see here. Kiss that nose. Oh my gosh, is the big man there?
We just gave you. This is Her World at Caravaggio.
Oh my gosh. Hi, beautiful.
Oh my gosh, she's so pretty.
Yeah.
Where's Pal? Look at me. I'm like, where's Pal?
Okay, so right there you got that little look at her world in her stall. And her world, hello, did she prove aptly named? Because we were all living in it, right? They actually, during that show, Wesley was telling me that they were looking at debuting her in a main special weight race there at Saratoga. Well, she didn't get entered that weekend. Where did they enter her instead for her first race ever? They entered her in the 5 furlong Tyro Stakes on turf against the boys. What happened? Well, I'm not going to show you the whole race because there was an accident. If you do watch the whole race on your own, just know the horse was okay that fell. But as far as this goes, I'm just going to show you the stretch run. I think it gives you enough insight to know what an incredible performance she put in.
Lost the rider at the quarter pole. They're in the final furlong, and it's her world clear by 3 lengths. Trust Our Journey is in second. A dazzling debut. Stakes win for her world, who just absolutely crushed the boys. Won by about 7 lengths. Trust Our Journey was second. Roman Poet finished third. Catch the Smoke rallied late to be in a photo for fourth.
So there you go, her world, beating the boys there at Monmouth, and she won officially. You heard Frank Miramotti saying the margin, I believe, 6 lengths. And again, this is her debut. She put up a 73 on debut, and just the pedigree. You heard him also mention Sire Caravaggio. This is his first crop. He's already had horses running overseas. He's another horse you got to watch. I saw him at Coolmore a couple months ago in person. He is stunning, this horse. Caravaggio himself, he was a high weight, and he in Ireland, and he won Group 1 races like the Commonwealth, the Keeneland Phoenix. But as far as his stat, his just looks and his presence go, he's just remarkable, and a remarkable looking specimen. He almost looks like a Pegasus without wings. That's how pretty he is. And again, he's over there at Coolmore, so they've got to be very happy. The dam here, Mundus Novus by Unbridled Song. We love Unbridled Song, not only for what he did as a sire, but remember, he won the Breeders' Cup Juvenile back in the day. So we have that Breeders' Cup love for him, of course, with the ped cred there. Again, a very, very nice filly. Her family also includes graded stakes winners, Surya, whose wins include the Dahlia. We have got grade 1 winner Aruna, who won the Juddmonte Spinster. Hoop of Color won the Santa Ana Stakes. Group 1 pre-Jean Pratt winner Kit Woods in this family, as well as Millionaire grade 1 winner Miss Oceana. So a lot of black type in there. I want to give some love also to the connections. Wesley Ward, of course. You had Paco Lopez aboard, and the ownership group. Andrew Farm, Susan Moulton for the People Racing Stable, and Windmill Farm. And, they're really excited about this filly. I think she's going to be making her next appearance at Keeneland. We'll see what happens there. But obviously, they're stoked, and they should be. They should be. Now, as far as this week, what's coming up, we've got a lot. So I just want to make sure I don't miss anything. First of all, tomorrow, the 18th at Saratoga. These are not official win in your in. This is not an official win in your in, but it's still a race you should watch. And I'm talking about the 5.5 furlong turf. There's rain in the forecast, so I don't know if they're going to stay on, but it's a turf sprint, the Bolton Landing for 2-year-old fillies. And then later this weekend on the 20th at Saratoga, 5.5 furlongs on turf. We also have the Skidmore, former Skidmore winner, Golden Powell. That's a horse we're going to also be watching this weekend. I'll get to that in just a sec, because I do want to talk about when and you're in action that you're going to want to be tuned in for. So at York tomorrow, The Juddmonte International Stakes, that's a win and you're in for the Longines Classic. On the 19th, that's the Darley Yorkshire Oaks. That's a win and you're in for the Maker's Mark Filly and Mare Turf. And then talking about Golden Pal, on August 20th, it's the Coolmore Nunthorpe Stakes. That's a win and you're in for the Turf Sprint. And if you recall, not only is Golden Pal our reigning juvenile turf sprint champion of 2020, but his own dam, Lady Shipman. Well, in 2015, she was a whisker short of winning the Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint. So it's really fun to see him in this position, looking to get his ticket punched to the very race that his dam lost by such a short margin. And he's just an exciting horse also for so many reasons. He's one of my favorite in training. I've spoken a lot with Wesley Ward about him, as well as his former owner and breeder, Randall Lowe, who, just the impact this horse has had on him and what he means to him goes beyond what any words could possibly convey. But Golden Pal recently just made his first start of his 3-year-old season and in the colors for Coolmore this time, because that is to whom he's been sold, which is kind of neat because he is a son of Uncle Mo, won the 2010 Breeders' Cup Juvenile, stands at Coolmore. I will say this. I was reading an article from Racing TV about Frankie Dettori. He actually flew to York by helicopter Tuesday morning to partner with Golden Pal in an exercise there on the Knavesmire. Dettori, he wanted to basically get a good feel for the horse, and he said, and this is the quote from the actual article on Racing TV. And if you want to read the entire article, you can go there and check it out. But the quote here saying, again, this is Frankie Dettori speaking on Golden Pal. I spoke to Wesley a couple weeks ago, and he wanted me to come today to get a feel of the horse. We didn't want to do too much today, just get acquainted with the straight course. He only has 2 speeds, slow and flat out, and I didn't want to leave his race behind this morning. I was very pleased. He moved like a gazelle, and the ground is actually beautiful, so it's all systems go. I was watching the video of the Breeders' Cup Juvenile last year, and the speed that he has is unbelievable. I'm really looking forward to it. And hey, so am I. I mean, if you've got an eagle eye, if you look on my wall right there, that's Golden Pal. Because another thing that I feel so blessed about was to, have been at Breeders' Cup last year. And because of just connecting with Randall Lowe and having spent time with them in the lead up to the Breeders' Cup itself, he invited me into the winner's circle and wanted me to be part of Team Golden Pal. So I am totally biased. I'm not going to lie. I love that horse. And yes, I am excited to see what he's going to do in the Coolmore Nunthorpe Stakes there at York. A win and you're in for the Turf Sprint. Now, moving on, we also have on August 21st, it's the Mar Handicap presented by the Japan Racing Association. That's a win and you're in for the Longines Turf. Of course, we've got the TVG Pacific Classic, a win and you're in for the Longines Classic. And then also on August 22nd, the Darley Prix at France Gallup, a win and you're in for the Juvenile Turf Sprint. So that's all the action you need to keep your eye on. I would say again, regarding Saratoga, those are not official win in your ins, but still races to watch. But there is rain in the forecast. So just keep apprised of that. With all that said, and I hope this was informative for you. I hope you enjoyed. Real quick, just love horse racing. Love from the Philippines. Thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. Again, thank you for tuning in, and I will be back here next Tuesday for your Future Stars forecast on a 2-year-old Tuesday to give you the latest and greatest action happening as we head ever closer to the Breeders' Cup. I'm Ren Carothers. Hope you have a fabulous evening.